The San Francisco 49ers have not won a Super Bowl in about 30 years. But that changes today because I will be adding an NFL superstar to the 49ers every year until they win a Super Bowl. And this is the wheel of NFL teams that we will be spinning to get a player to add to the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this team does not need a lot of help, but we definitely will take it. And we are going to start it with the Kansas City Chiefs. But if there's one hole in the 49ers offense, it is the QB spot. But by adding Patrick Mahomes, that's going to solve that real quick. And when we take a look at the offense, it is stacked. Stacked wide receivers, skill position players with Debo, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and CMC. And the offensive line with left tackle Trent Williams. And the 49ers defense is always very good with superstars Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. And we're starting this year in week 1. And this year they could win the Super Bowl. I would not be surprised whatsoever. This roster is stacked. Let's see if Mahomes is going to make a difference on his first drive here on this team. With McCaffrey and Debo in the backfield, they run the Debo package, and Debo Samuel, is he going to take this all the way? Oh, he was one more broken tackle from a touchdown. Well, this drive might not be that great. They got one first down, and they might have to punt. And they do have to punt. But so far, they've put up 24 points against the Bears. Make that 31. They should get their first win of the season. And they do. 31-24. 49ers 1-0. Halfway through the season, this team is 4-3. I'm not going to lie. That's a little disappointing. Mahomes is efficient. I wouldn't say great through 7 games. 7 games, he has 1,609 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, 2 picks. With McCaffrey having 482 yards on the ground and 7 touchdowns, Mahomes actually has 259 on the ground and a touchdown, and Debo with 142 and a touchdown. Through the air, we have Debo and Brandon Ayuk with 854 yards combined and 9 touchdowns. McLeod with 346. Kittle only 210, surprisingly. Nick Bosa, though, through 7 games, 8.5 sacks. Second half of the season, though, much better from 4-3 to 12-5 and winning the division. That is something I did not see coming. Not even 4,000 yards passing from Mahomes, 25 touchdowns, 5 picks. On the ground, we have McCaffrey with 1,318 yards, 20 touchdowns. Mahomes with 537 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns. And Debo with 375 and 4 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell also added 6 touchdowns. Debo and Brandon Ayuk did get over 1,000 yards receiving. Debo with 6 touchdowns. Ayuk with 8. McLeod 784, and Kittle with a solid season with 741. The first playoff matchup, though, is against the Eagles, so we have an NFC Championship game in the real NFL in the wild card round. Whether we're the 2 seed, the 1 seed, the 7 seed, this team is so stacked we can still win the Super Bowl. Wouldn't faze me at all. Would not be surprised whatsoever if we won the whole thing. All you need is a 4-game hot streak right here from the wild card round to the Super Bowl, and bring home the Lombardi Trophy for the first time in a long time for the San Francisco 49ers. And that's the Mahomes on the ground that we've seen this year with the stats. Awkward field position here if we can't pick up the first down. I'd probably say they go for it as long as we don't lose yardage here. But McCaffrey is going to not pick it up 4th and inches. They should go for it. And from what I'm seeing, where you can see the ball lined up, it looks like they already have the first down, but for some reason they don't. Mahomes throws for it, though, and they pick up the first down. We're right outside the red zone here at the 25-yard line. McCaffrey, another run for him, and he gets us just into the red zone. But I don't think Mahomes will actually win any MVPs on this team because it's a run-first team, even with Patrick Mahomes, which doesn't make sense. Looking for Debo in the end zone. That one's incomplete. I could change the 49ers playbook here to make it more pass-happy, but I just want to stick with what their coach does. I'm not going to change anything. But with that pass completion right there, they're able to get to the 5-yard line. You got McCaffrey in the backfield. That is where Mahomes is going to go with a stretch run, and he's going to be down to about the 2.5-yard line. Let's see if they can punch it in right here. Another run to McCaffrey, and that's blown up in the backfield till he says, "Get off me," and then gets absolutely rocked. Super long opening drive results in just 3. They do get a touchdown the drive after, and now the 49ers are starting to score touchdowns. 20-3. They're also shutting down this Eagles offense. It's 20-10. 49ers, though, taking out a lot of time. They can do that with their run game, and they win this one 27-17. And we do make the NFC Championship game against the Commanders. I'm going to fast sim this all the way to the end, unless it gets close. It's 14-0 Commanders, though. When did the Commanders become so good? 17-3, 24-3. Are we really going to get blown out in the NFC Championship game? Or can we bounce back? If it gets close, I will jump in at the end. But it's 27-10 in the 4th quarter. Looks like we are coming back, though. 27-20. We have the ball 6 seconds left at the 20-yard line of the Commanders. We actually have a chance to tie this game. But when did the Commanders get so good? Can we make the Super Bowl? Can Mahomes tie this? 6 seconds. Last play of the NFC Championship. He looks for Debo. It's actually incomplete, but we do have 2 seconds. Obviously, we're going to have everybody going out on routes here. We're looking for a 20-yard score. Not mission impossible. Mahomes dropping back. What is he looking? What are we doing there? Okay, on to year 2. That was a huge surprise to see the Commanders be that good and beat us in that game. Mahomes could not clutch up like he normally would. And now we take a superstar from the Seattle Seahawks. I did not think we needed more offensive weapons for this team, so from the Seattle Seahawks, I took 90 overall Jamal Adams. The offense is basically the same with only some players getting better. Mahomes gets to a 99. I think Kittle went up an overall or two. McCaffrey went up to a 98 as well. And the defense gets a little bit better. Obviously, Bosa and Fred Warner go up an overall a little bit, but then Jamal Adams and Jimmy Ward in the secondary. I think for the second straight year, we go 12-5 and win the NFC West. But the NFC was stacked because the Cowboys go 13-4, Panthers go 13-4, Giants go 12-5, and we get the third seed because the Giants will get a wild card spot from the Cowboys winning the division. I do not think you could be more efficient than Mahomes was this season. Stats don't jump out at you, but they're extremely impressive. A 38-3 touchdown interception ratio. With McCaffrey having over 1,500 rushing yards and 13 touchdowns, Mahomes added 625 on the ground, 5 touchdowns, Debo 400, and Mitchell 300. Debo is our only 1,000-yard receiver with 1,155, 8 touchdowns, Ayuk 915 and 11 touchdowns, and George Kittle with 911 yards and 5 touchdowns. And in the wild card round, it's Cardinals 49ers. I'm going to simulate this game and hope we make it to the next round. And we actually lost 31-15. I'm pretty surprised about that. I really thought we'd win it within the first 2 years after adding Mahomes in year 1. But let's see what we're going to add this time. The Baltimore Ravens we're going to get a superstar from. We did need a #1 corner for this team, so from the Ravens, instead of taking Mark Andrews, we have Kittle, and we don't need Lamar. Let's go Marlon Humphrey. The offense is still very good, but we did lose Trent Williams, and it looks like Debo and Kittle lost their abilities for some reason. The defense is still very good as well. Some players lost abilities in Jamal Adams. Fred Warner lost his X factor, but Nick Bosa still has his. We once again make the playoffs by winning the West, but again, we're just not dominating teams. Mahomes is efficient again. McCaffrey's very good again on the ground. Ayuk and Debo get over 1,000 yards receiving. And Mahomes finishes 6th in the MVP. We got the Giants in the wild card round. And we do get the win, and now we go to Minnesota to face the Vikings with a chance to go to the NFC Championship. First time jumping into a game since that NFC Championship loss to the Commanders in year 1. And we're down 7-0 to start this game. Mahomes, you gotta get points. You gotta start off good. Also, don't really know why Kittle lost his ability. Debo lost his ability. Doesn't really make sense. There goes Debo Samuel. Mahomes hit him in stride, and he takes it down to the 33. And then I jump out of Super Sim for a second to try to get us closer to the red zone, and McCaffrey puts it in. And to start the second half, we were up 24-14. Minnesota makes it a 1-score game. We quickly make it a 2-possession game, and we are going back to the NFC Championship. And we actually get to host the championship game because the Saints, who are 9-8, make it to the NFC Championship. We lost one NFC Championship game. We cannot lose another. This could be our last best chance to make it to the Super Bowl and win it. Some of these guys are getting a little bit older. But we do have a good core, so I wouldn't be surprised if next year we could win it as well. But I'd like to win it this year, for sure. 9-7 is the score in this NFC Championship game. Mahomes, you can't put up more than 7 points. Well, the Saints miss a field goal. Mahomes takes the ball back and drives down the field. Now they're 1st and goal. He's got Debo wide open in the end zone, and we finally take the lead. And let's see if the score holds up. Looks like a turnover by the Saints. We take the lead. We take out their timeouts, and we're going to the Super Bowl. And in the Super Bowl, we face the 14-3 Vegas Raiders. Looks like the Raiders really benefited from not having Mahomes in the division. I'm not sure if Derek Carr is still the quarterback or what the deal is with that, because Derek Carr is obviously with the Saints now, but since it's Madden 23, they could have re-signed him, whatever they wanted to do. But right now, let's focus on this game. 3rd and 1. We watch the offense, and we Super Sim again. Let's start it off with a touchdown, please. Take the lead. We've struggled in the playoffs to get... Wow. And since it's the Super Bowl, why not? We'll take a look at some of this defense right now. Raiders got the ball quick, and Derek Carr is their quarterback. Him and Devontae led this team to a 14-3 record. But then Derek Carr, on the next play, throws an interception. Okay, we'd like to see Derek Carr still with the Raiders here. Very eventful first minute of the game for this game right now. And we're up 13-0. I will take that. Can we make it 20-0? Just cruise. Don't even make this close, please. Just cruise, Mahomes. Make it 20-3. Can't put it in the end zone. You need 7 in these moments. But the defense for this team is playing so good. Holding the Raiders to 6 points, 9 points. We take out their timeouts, and we take the win. And the 49ers probably win one of the most boring Super Bowls of all time. But a win is a win. We win at 16-9. And here comes the Lombardi Trophy. The first time, I believe, since 1995 that the 49ers are going to hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They've been close in the last 30 or so years, but they finally do it. Now, I don't think it's very realistic. I don't think you guys are going to be getting Mahomes. He's going to be in Kansas City for a long time, probably his entire career. So I'm not sure if this is realistic, but you'll take it, 49ers fans. I'm sure you guys are finally Super Bowl champions again. And Super Bowl MVP goes to Nick Bosa. That's going to do it for the video, everyone. If you enjoyed, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. In the comments down below, make sure to check out my other channels, and also make sure to follow me over on my social media. But I'll talk to you all in the next video. Peace.